Yeah, it's my day off, and it's time for me to waste another piece of my life on this game. Because that's what I do. Uh, so I'm trying to decide if I should just go mining some more, or maybe I could help out the power, but I've made rank for this week, so maybe not. Uh, I do have to turn in a combat mission, a anti-piracy mission here that I've completed and haven't cashed in yet. That's why I'm flying this thing. Wanted to put kind of a general update out here on the subject of the capture device that I'm using. I'm kind of behind on posting those Unreal Tournament videos, and the main reason is because I've spent the last few weeks putting together a new capture setup. It got a little out of hand. I started out by buying one of these AverMedia Live Gamer 4K devices, and thought I'd just chunk it into the old rig and go from there. And then I got hold of the Live Gamer 4K and read the hardware requirements. In general, I would recommend reading the hardware requirements before you spend $200 and some odd dollars. But whatever works for you.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, I bought this thing, got hold of it. When it arrived, opened it up, looked at it, read the hardware requirements, and quickly realized that there was no way I was going to be able to use it with the PC I've been using before, with the old AverMedia card in it, because the Live Gamer 4K requires things like an i5 processor, a GTX 1600, I think, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and Windows 10. None of those things of which my old setup had. The old setup was actually with some kind of quad core. A really nice quad core, but it was a quad core. And it had a GTX 580 in it. None of this was going to work. And it was running Windows 7, so my options at that point were I could return the Live Gamer 4K, or alternatively, I could buy all this other stuff and then use the 4K. And yeah, I kind of went with buying all the other stuff. So I spent about another $1,000 to use this card. Got myself a nice i5. It's like a 10,000 or whatever. I'd have to look up the numbers, and I'm not going to do it. It's like a 10,000. I got a GTX 1660, decent mid-range motherboard, 16 gigabytes of RAM for it, and Windows 10. Yeah. So went a little bit over the hardware requirements.
Delay C Delta Indio Charlie. The Federation welcomes
And
you. Follow station protocols and enjoy your visit, Commander.
And got screwed over pretty good on the price, I would say. They racked me especially hard on the video card, of course, because that's just how things are.
Visual acquired. Heading is good. Landing authorized. Proceed to landing pad 2-2.
And what can I say I accomplished with all of this? Well, not a whole lot, really. It works. It's very pretty. It's got RGB.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing successful. Engines disengaged.
It does have some features. It does have some features that the old capture setup did not. It'll record in much higher resolutions without just choking. It does have a Vsync option, which is nice. You can run up the bit rate real high. That's nice. It can record in 1080p, which is nice. Not all of this is, it's questionable to me how much of this I'm actually going to use, because I don't game in anything more than 1080p, and I'm not really sure I want to post in 1080p, because I still don't have the fastest internet connection in the world. And these ridiculous file sizes are, yeah. But we'll see. I think I'm supposed to be playing for influence here, but I'm not really sure. Well, maybe we're okay on that. Okay, well, I have no reason to do anything but take the cash on that one.
Message.
I would like these a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, it's taken me about 2-3 weeks to get all this together. You know, working on my off hours when I'm not doing my horrible job. My real job, the one they pay me for, not this video game job, the one that I do for free. Yeah. It looks really pretty. I've got a picture of it here. That's my new capture device. The case is that case is a case that I've had for about 25 years, and I've basically, well, yeah, you can see I've cut holes in it. I've got stickers all over it. It's been through hell, and you can get an idea of how messed up my workplace is too. You know, I'm definitely not into cable management. But it works. It works really well, I have to say. It's very stable. It's a joy to use, really. The old computer, I'm probably going to take it apart at some point. It's sitting on a table over there. I need to sell off the old video card because I can probably still get a couple of bucks for it, even though it's old as hell and probably completely full of dust. Well, let me decide what I'm going to do here. I'm not really sure, but I think we're supposed to be trying to help out FLC here. I don't really understand what they mean by that, but unfortunately the only mission available is this thing, which I don't really think I'm gonna try. 792 units of gallite. That would take me a while, I think. It is good for 41 million, but I'd probably have to make at least 2 trips, and that's using the big mining ship. Oh, God. That would be a chore for sure. These guys, I think we're not supposed to help them out. They appear to be up to no good. These wet work jobs. I suspect I know what those are about, but... Oh, well, I could do these others if I could do some of these others if I wanted to switch ships, I guess. Maybe I'm trying to play for influence. Is that the idea? I don't know. I'm not even sure what influence does on these games, but what do we got? Lithium hydroxide, 45 units. Lithium hydroxide, 35 units. That might be doable. Boring as hell. I'd have to find out how to mine lithium hydroxide, I guess. It's probably one of those, I'm guessing it's one of those ice ring related things. Probably laser mining, I would guess. But I don't really know. Lithium hydroxide, huh? They sure as hell don't pay much for it. Well, let me see. It's in icy rings. Of course it is. Oh, Reddit. Screw Reddit. Let me get the real poop. Yep. Yeah, how is it mined? Probably laser mining, or maybe maybe the deep veins or the core. Could be any of them, really. I'm pretty sure I've seen it out there. It must be common. Yeah, the other question I have. I need to read about this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm pretty sure. I'm supposed to be increasing influence of FLC here. That is my orders. Oh, somebody's grabbing these missions, or they're disappearing on me. Praseodymium, huh? Bromellite. I could go after that. That would be all day, because I don't necessarily have those mapped out, or these either. I'd have to go looking for them. Praseodymium, huh? Of course, I could just go mining for myself, which is what I usually do. Yeah. Yeah. I have to refit those ships because I have no idea how any of this stuff is supposed to be mined, and I don't want to get out there with the wrong stuff on it. Okay, I'm gonna try these. No, I can't do it. Right, I have to get into a different ship. Yeah, whatever. And of course those missions will be gone when I get back there. So, what else did I want to talk about? I don't know. Mainly, I just wanted to throw this video out here. I think this might be the first video I'm going to try to actually post using the new capture rig. I don't think it's going to make any difference because I'm not planning to post at a higher resolution. Well, maybe I'll post it at 1080p. Just what the hell? Maybe I'll post it at a higher bit rate or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to be a dramatic difference, but hopefully it'll make some difference. Let's get those Praseodymiums. That seems like that wouldn't take long, right? Where's the other one? Alright. I definitely don't want to be out here all day with this. On my one day off. Praseodymium. I suppose I'm gonna need to find out how to mine that stuff. And where to get it. And how to spell it. Okay. Oh yeah, another thing I was gonna mention was my Bitcoin story. I made a video a while back about Bitcoin. I looked up one day and I found that, yeah, Bitcoin... No, that ain't right. I looked up a while back and I noticed that Bitcoin was going for some ridiculous price, like 30,000 a coin. I guess that is the current price. Yeah, it's still at 31,760, which is okay. You'll notice right here, right around January the 8th, it peaked out around 40,000. The date might be significant. I suspect that date might have something to do with what's going on, but I don't follow this stuff, so I don't really know what's going through people's minds. I'm not sure why anyone might, for example, think that Bitcoin was a particularly safe place to hide all their money in, if that's what's going on. But I don't know how these people think. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I saw this ridiculous price, and I remembered that I actually have a fragment of a Bitcoin in a wallet on blockchain. And I looked it up, and this is the tiny fragment of a Bitcoin that I had left over after I spent like a year and a half mining with one machine in my spare room. I had ended up with like 1.5 Bitcoins. And if I hadn't spent it all on video cards and stuff, I would have I'd have about $40,000 right now. In fact, if I just flat out bought 1,000 bitcoins when they were $1 a piece, I'd have about $30 million right now. Yeah, and as I said in the previous video, this is how you know you're a loser, for sure. Well, anyway, the only thing I've ever done with Bitcoin is spend it on Newegg, so I had no idea how to move it around or do anything else with it. And in the course of floundering around on the blockchain website, I managed to transfer all my stuff into one of their trading wallets. And when you do that, you can't spend it anymore while it's in the trading wallet. And while getting into the trading wallet is fairly straightforward, getting it back out of the trading wallet turns out to be a huge hassle, because at that point they suddenly become very concerned about your identity and proving that you really are who you say you are. You know, I'm pretty sure blockchain's a legitimate deal, but yeah, it took me about, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff to get through that, and then it still took a week and a half to process the request. So I just got access to my Bitcoin the other day, and immediately took about half of it and bought Amazon gift cards with it. So I've actually got some of the money out as an Amazon gift card now, so I can actually spend it. If only there were something out there worth spending it on, you know, like say a video card. But yeah, the video cards are stupidly overpriced, and I cannot force myself to buy another one. Much as I'd like it, I could settle for a GTX 2060 or 2070 or a 2070 Super or something if one could be gotten for anything like a reasonable price, which they cannot. Not that I have a not that I have a lot of use for that stuff either, to be honest. Well, let's see. Elite Dangerous. Praesodynium mining. Yeah. Well, let me just go to the wiki. Where's the wiki? Let's try this. A metal commodity in the galaxy can be bought in the market, so it yeah. Yeah, the thing about the wiki is it doesn't tell you how to mine it. There is a chart. The miner's tool? Praesodynium is not in the miner's tool, right? Yeah, they don't care about that shit. It ain't worth nothing. Yeah, it's worthless. Okay. Mining map? Mining systems? I'm pretty sure. Oh. Is it in metallic? I kind of thought it would have been in the icy rings, but apparently not. It's in metallic or oh my god, this shit's gonna be hard to find. Fuck. I'll bet it's a laser mine too. I'm probably going to have to set up this ship with just every mining option, just to make sure I have the stuff I need to mine it when I get there. I have no idea. Yeah. I could watch a video about it. Maybe this is the one I'm looking for. I should have bookmarked that. No, this is worthless. I'm pretty sure I did not bookmark it. I guess the only other thing I'd want to talk about is the great big insurrection on the 6th. That's the only thing anybody out here has been talking about for days and days and days and days. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, with the great big insurrection at the Capitol, the big thing is that there's some, I guess you could call it, partisan disagreement about it. The Democrats are saying it was a coup. The Republicans are like, you're just being all hysterical. You know, what the hey, you know, people overrun the Capitol all the time. It's no big deal, right? Yeah. Some of them actually, some of them actually admitted that, well, maybe it was a little bit much. Uh, but you know, give a Republican a few days, and they'll come up with reasons why, on the whole, they need to keep their nose squarely in the ass of the great leader. Um, you know, I'm not saying they're any different from Democrats in that regard, but ultimately, you know, partisanship is going to rule, and yeah, that's just the way it is. Uh, I'm interested in these things, of course. Yeah, and I have opinions about it and everything else. Like, for example, it appears to me that it does warrant the impeachment that the Democrats are determined to push through. But on the whole, I still don't think it's worthwhile. Uh, Simply because, you know, it's inevitably going to be a partisan exercise. Um, I just think there's no way. I just think there's no way that you're ever going to get the Republicans to actually convict him. You're never going to get the Republicans you need to do that. So on the whole, it's just a waste of effort. You know, I mean, why? Why go through the trouble when they're just going to acquit him anyway? You know, you might as well spend your time doing something more useful. Beyond that, you know, I think it's interesting to think about. Yeah, it's interesting to think about. Um, I mean, I guess I am kind of thoughtless and I am kind of a centrist, but basically I just don't know anything. Um, so the main thing I wonder about is, the obvious question is, which is, what the hell was Trump thinking? What exactly did he think he was going to accomplish with this rather bonehead move? And yeah, I have no way to know. I can't get inside his head. Uh, I mean, there's some things that I know happened. Um, I know I know that Trump, did get up in front of a bunch of. I know that Trump did in fact get up in bunch of get up in front of a bunch of whack jobs and made an inflammatory and made a speech, and basically caused them to march on the Capitol. I know that happened because I saw it. I know that that his pet asshole Giuliani got even more inflammatory, and so did a couple other people up there on the podium. Uh, I know all that happened, but the open question is, what was the intention with that? I mean, what exactly was Trump hoping to accomplish exactly? That's what I can't tell. I mean, how would I know? I think there's a couple of possibilities. On the one hand, maybe it was just all for show. Maybe it was all just a big show, because yeah, Trump's basically a game show host at best. That's probably what he's best known for. Oh, let me see. I need to get. So yeah, it could have been just for show. That's about the kind of character he is. It could be that his whole intent was to make a big speech, get all these people on his side cheering for him, and that was as far as he thought about it. In that case, in that scenario, yeah, the whole thing looks incredibly stupid, because obviously it went. If that's the case, then it went a lot farther than he ever intended. I don't think, if that's the case, then clearly he never intended for people to get killed, for example. Uh, then again, yeah, so and that alone, I mean, that's just gross. If that's the case, then that's just gross incompetence right there. That alone, I think, would warrant impeachment, just on the basis of what a bonehead thing it was to do. But then there's the other option. Maybe on the other hand, and this seems less likely to me, but I can't discount it completely. Maybe on the other hand, he really did intend to foment some kind of an actual insurrection or a coup. Maybe he really intended. I mean, I don't know how he thought this would be possible. He'd have to be completely deluded. I mean, he'd have to have completely cut off from reality to think that anything like this was likely to happen. But maybe he really thought that somehow that mob was going to go in there and stop the count and somehow let him continue to be president. I mean, how? Did he somehow? I guess it's possible he really thought that this was going to end up with all of his political enemies in jail, or hung from lampposts, perhaps, or whatever the hell he thought was going to happen. If this is the case, then yeah. If that's the case, then boy, he's he's not only completely criminal and an overall evil character, he's also, well, again, incredibly stupid. But both options make him out to look to be stupid, I would say. But the second option also makes him out to be a completely unscrupulous criminal. You know, I mean, I would frankly, if it turned out to be the second option, if there was concrete evidence for that, yeah, I'd say skip the impeachment and just put this guy up on criminal charges and hang his ass, because I'm pretty sure that would be a capital offense. And I'm not actually against capital punishment if it's warranted. And yeah, something like that, yeah, that would definitely warrant it, I would think. Uh, well, again, there's no way to know. I mean, um, yeah, I'm more inclined to think it's the first possibility, because I don't see Trump as, in my opinion, he's never been anything but a bullying coward. You know, he do, I don't I've never thought he had the basic courage that it would take, to the balls, to put it bluntly, um, to really try something like an actual coup in which he knew people were gonna get killed. I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he ever did. He puts on a big show, but he's not good at actually confronting people. He's demonstrated that a few times. He has he has no interest in putting himself in danger. During that speech, as has been pointed out, he said, "We're going to march down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you." Well, no, he wasn't going to be there with him, was he? You know, by "I'll be there with you," what he really meant was, "I'll be back at the White House watching you on TV." That's what he meant. Oh God. Well, I've already been on here for about 40 minutes and I haven't even started doing anything yet, have I? Well, I'll tell you what. Uh, what I should do here is just shut off this mic and just try to go mine something and see how it goes. And feel free to watch as much of this nonsense as you care to. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening.